Hey guys, it's Keene from KeeneOnTheMarket.com. A couple things I want to talk about today. The first one is the ES Minis, and then I'm going to go over Apple. One unusual option activity trade of the day, which is interesting, and then a earnings play for Monday. So let's look at the Minis today, how they reacted. So we have the Minis currently up on the 5-minute bar. So we opened up this morning at 14.29. 80% of the time we get the high or low within the first hour. We got the high within the first hour, 14.34. Then it's basically down all day. We sold off all the way down to 14.20. I've been talking about this 14.14 half level being a very, very key level on the daily. So we sold off from low to high. We made about a 14-point range. Let's look at market profile for Monday. This is where the big traders look at. They look at the value area high, point of control, and the value area low. Point of controls are the most volume traded. The most volume traded at 14.22 half. Value area high, where the sellers came into the market and said, hey, you know what, this market's too high, let's sell it off, 14.26. Value area low, where the buyers come into the market, right at 14.20, right at the low of the day. So these are all very key levels for today. Apple, I had another great trade on Apple. Apple's been working great to the short side. And Apple was out this morning, and basically what they said in Apple was that there's rumors going around about the iPad mini. So we opened up in Apple, 629 half. We had the low of the day at 625.46. Then we rallied. Right up here, we're up about $6.50. And I've noticed my trend in Apple is to try to get short. So I got short at 633 half right on this bar, and I had to stop $1 above the high. So I got short at 633 half. This is an aggressive short for me, but I had to stop with 636 half. So I was only risking $3 to the upside, and I was potentially making down to 625, which is about $8.50 to the downside. So what did Apple do? Well, it sold off. I took profit 1 at 631 and change. I had profit 2 at 628 and change. I had my profit 3 at 626 and change. I did not get there. I took the final piece off at 630, but nice profits today in Apple. Apple continues to trend lower. Let's look at it on the daily chart. Apple's now down $85 from the highs. If you took this chart and you said it was anything but Apple, you said, how is the stock performing? It looks awful to the downside. It's in a huge, huge bear channel to the downside. Lower lows, lower highs. Apple almost breaking the Ichimoku cloud to the downside on the daily. We've seen it break it before, and I didn't take the trade, but that is not a good sign going into earnings. One trade I want to talk about as unusual option activity as I watch this going across the tape. IMAX. These 24 calls were bought 65 cents, 9,000 these. The market on the screen, 40.65. A customer, not my customer, bought 9,000 calls. This is the equivalent of 900,000 shares of stock at $24. They have the right to buy IMAX at $24 anything between now and December. Strong breakout yesterday, breakout today. I was looking at the D's 23s for $1. I tweeted about those. So that is a possibility as a bullish position. If the market doesn't correct to the downside, IMAX is one I'm going to be looking at. Earnings trade. Citigroup. Big reversal day. 36 could be the top. I bought the 34.5, 33.5, 32.5. Put fly for earnings. The at-the-money strata, which is the at-the-money calls, at-the-money puts, was around $1.60. So it gives me a measured move target of 33.90 to the downside. We saw sell-offs today at JP Morgan and Wells Fargo. I think Citi will continue on Monday. This is Keene from KeeneOnTheMarket.com. That's your Apple, ES, unusual option activity, and earnings. Trade of the day video recap for October 12th, 2012. Thanks, guys, and we'll run it back on Monday.